ready for the dictation? Start. In our concept, this obstruction is entirely different from obstructive policies. If we try to obstruct a budget which intends to protect 1% super rich of this country, then it is constructive for the common man of this country. It is constructive to protect the interests of the country. I recall the speech of Sri Arun Jaitley on the budget speech of Dr. Manmohan Singh. But, sir, recent years have witnessed an excessive reliance on indirect tax for additional resource mobilization. This escalates cost, fuel inflation, and is regressive in its source of resource mobilization. Sir Sri Jaitley had demanded that this should be implemented. But what is the trend of the budget presented by the finance minister in the Lok Sabha? The budget proposal will reduce direct tax by rupees 8,000 crores, which is benefiting the rich. But it will increase the burden on the people through indirect tax hike of rupees 23,000 crores. Apart from direct tax benefits, some of my colleagues have already mentioned wealth tax has been abolished. Corporate tax has been targeted to reduce from 30 to 25%. Greater concession and access to FDI and FII are absolved of capital gains tax and minimum alternative tax. A progressive taxation implies that individual and corporate pay tax according to their ability to pay. What is the composition of indirect and direct tax? The direct tax is different from indirect tax. In the case of petrol, around 50% of the total cost is indirect tax. I went through the entire speech. It mentions several types of impacts of indirect tax on economy. For every 100 rupees collected as tax revenue, approximately 30 rupees come from direct tax and the rest come from indirect taxes. The finance minister has mentioned the international experience. I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Finance Minister to the composition of the international tax structure. You are talking about the corporate tax. I am mentioning about the component of direct tax in the total tax. This is his international experience. Why is the minister not trying to implement this? This is time to raise the direct tax. Instead of that, the finance minister has tried to increase the indirect tax and decrease the direct tax. Now I am coming to another international experience. During the last discussion on the budget, I had also tried to mention the tax GDP ratio. In our country, the lowest among the G20 countries, the tax GDP ratio in the case of China is 22%, South Africa 28%, Russia 30%, Brazil 33%. Sir, increase in 1% means increase of 1 lakh crores to the revenue of this country. If the tax GDP ratio is as same as of China, then India would get an additional revenue of rupees 9 lakh crores. If it is as same as of Brazil, then we would get an additional revenue of rupees 22 lakh crores. Then there will be no question of these types of deficits. The government is trying to give more concessions to corporates. It has already been mentioned by my learned colleagues, so I would not like to repeat and go into those details. Then I come to abolishment of wealth tax. From the finance minister's speech, I quote, should a tax which leads to high cost of collection and a low yield be continued, or should it be replaced with a low cost and higher yield tax? This is the logic for the abolishment of wealth tax by the finance minister. Sir, in 2001, the cost of wealth tax collection was 53% of the actual wealth tax. But what is the reality now? This cost of wealth tax collection has decreased to 9%. So that logic does not suit for this year's budget, because you are giving more benefits to corporates. Then you have imposed one super tax. There is no constitutional liability of the center to give a share from this to the state government. That is what our understanding says. Sir, our finance minister follows Mr. Chidambaram's path. In 2012, that house and this house passed the finance bill along with retrospective implementation. At that time, Jaitley had taken the same position. He was against retrospective taxation, but the two houses of parliament passed a finance bill with retrospective taxation. The then finance minister, Mr. Chidambaram, constituted a single-man committee. On the basis of his recommendations, he deferred the decision of the parliament representing the whole nation. Stop.